The SU8 spinner is located in the Quattrone Nanofab self-lithography bay. To use it, you will need to complete the training and reserve the spinner in the iris system. The spinner can spin a variety of sample based on the appropriate chuck size, so be sure to use the correct chuck. Put on a second pair of gloves, as you will most likely get some photoresist on your hand. Spray a face shield with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Wait 60 seconds before wiping it down. Put on the face shield and adjust it accordingly. To prevent the extra resist from making a mess, use aluminum foil to protect the spinner. Fold the foil into quarters and rip a small quarter circle from the foil. There should be a hole in the center of the foil. Place the foil into the spinner bowl by aligning the hole with the spindle. Make sure that the spinner bowl is fully covered. And don't forget to fold it down so that the lid can be fully closed. Dehydrate your sample for at least 10 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Warning: this next section is the most important part of the training. If the procedure here is not followed correctly, the spinner and the spinner chucks will be damaged for everyone, including you. You must pick the correct size chuck for your sample. If the chuck is too big, some of the resist will get onto the back side of your sample, down the vacuum line, and clog the vacuum line as well as the spinner motor. If the chuck is too small, the vacuum may not hold the sample well. If you are not sure whether the chuck is too small, you can try spinning your sample without photoresist and test the vacuum strength. Now let's look at some examples of how to pick the right size. This chuck is too large for the sample. Although it may look okay at first, resist will get onto the backside of the sample and down the vacuum line. These two chucks are too small for the sample. Therefore, the vacuum won't hold it in place. If you're still not sure, try a test spin and see if the vacuum holds. On the other hand, this sample and the chuck are the right size for each other. Here, the chuck is fully covered by the wafer and big enough to hold it with vacuum. For samples such as glass slides, use rubber O-rings on appropriate chuck size to ensure maximum vacuum strength. Locate the pin on the spindle and align it with the slot on the underside of the chuck and carefully slide the chuck onto the spindle. To enter a recipe in the spinner, click Load, select the recipe of your choice, and press Enter. If you would like to update the recipe, press Edit Recipe. Insert the new values you would like to run and press Enter. Values that you can specify are velocity, ramp, and time. You may ignore the dispenses column. Once you have entered the desired recipe, save the update. Press Run and run spin process to complete setting up the spinner. You can press Edit Recipe to confirm the update. Place the centering tool against the chuck as shown. Put the wafer on the chuck and slide it against the pins. Make sure the flat is away from the pins. While holding the centering tool in place, press Hold to start the vacuum. Once the centering tool is removed, press OK and start centering. Pour photoresist at the center of the wafer to about 40 mm diameter. Hold the resist vial close to the wafer while pouring to minimize air entrapment. Spin the vial in a circular motion to ensure a smooth transfer of resist. Close the lid and start the process. When the run is complete, the wafer gets automatically released from the vacuum. So press hold to start vacuum again. Wrap a clean wipe on the modified spatula and damp it with acetone. Don't point the acetone towards the spinner because it can get on the wafer and ruin the resist layer. Hold the acetone wipe under the wafer and press center to clean the residual photoresist. You may need to repeat centering to fully clean the backside of the wafer. When you're done cleaning the wafer, press release and take your sample off the chuck. Use acetone on a wipe to clean the threads on your resist vial and the lid. This will go a long way to keep your resist supply clean and particle-free. If the resist is particle-free, your spins will come out cleaner, and your lithography will be more likely to work as you intend. Bake the sample for an appropriate amount of time. Here's a summary of all the steps required to run the spinner. Thank you for watching.